Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I'm Methodical Destruction, and today we are going to be jumping on the spring and getting out of the well. No, actually what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be figuring out the name of that mysterious character that we still have not figured out his name, even though we already know it anyway. Basically what we're going to do is we have to go into a certain section of Creepy Steeple that can only be accessed through going into the well just there. So that's what we're going to do. Now there are a lot of Buzzy Beetles down here. This is only the first of many, and I am going to be fighting them all, but I do have some interesting things that I want to talk about relating to Vivian during the time that we are here. First of all, we got a Shine Sprite, which is very nice. Now we're going to be coming across a big mob of Buzzy Beetles, and we can avoid most of them, luckily. We're going to want to be careful about our battles here, because there are a lot of them. But these are two new enemies that we have not seen before. They are the regular Buzzy Beetle and the Spiky Buzzy Beetle. I believe we fought some variant of them in the Glitz Pit, but these are the regular kind that we will be seeing most often. They're not that hard, even though I just got hit by one. The Spike ones are a kind of a different story. Basically, you can't jump on them to flip them, which is a big disadvantage to you, unfortunately. But there are ways of dealing with them. The best way I find is if you have a defense piercing attack, then you can use that. I do not have any, so what I'm going to be forced to do is I'm going to have to use Quake Hammer in order to flip it and kill it, which is not the best solution because it takes up a lot of FP. But it's what we have to do, so there's not really anything else to do. But anyway, as I was saying before, there is some interesting info I want to talk about relating to Vivian. For one thing, her role, or rather her gender, was actually changed for the English release of The Thousand Year Door. And the story is kind of interesting. Basically, in the Japanese version of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Vivian is a transvestite who basically is part of the three Shadow Sisters of Beldum, Marilyn, and herself. And she has taken on this persona as a girl so that she can fit in with her sisters. And the reason that her sister Beldum insults her so much in the Japanese version is because she's really a boy. And so earlier in the game she called her Plug ugly, but actually in the Japanese version she calls her a man. And she uses this to insult Vivian, which is kind of interesting, to say the least. And also, if you tattle on her with Goombella during the fight in Boggly Woods, then you will also see that Goombella even says that Vivian is a boy. Now, this fact is debated sometimes, that Beldum simply used man as an insult to Vivian, and that she didn't literally mean that she's a man. But most people interpret this to mean that she is, in fact, a boy. Now, I'm not going to lie that this is a very hot topic for a lot of people, because there's the crowd that wants to believe that she is not a boy and a girl because she kisses Mario earlier, as we saw in the last episode. And a lot of people don't like that, and I guess that's kind of understandable, because a man kissing Mario is very, very weird. But really, I think it's okay, I think, to say that she's a man. I mean, well, she's not a man now. If she's a transvestite, she's a girl character now. And that's what I would like to believe, because I think that, I know this isn't the case for a lot of people, but I don't think it really matters if she is a transvestite or not. It's just some people are a little sensitive to these kind of things when they really shouldn't be. But that's just the case with Vivian, so you can believe she's a boy, or you can believe she's a girl. If you've played the English version, then obviously you're going to believe she's a girl, because there is no hint that Vivian is a boy, so really it's your call. You can choose to believe however you want, doesn't matter. We're going to want to be careful here. This Quake, it's kind of risky to do a Quake Hammer here, because it's probably going to miss, but yeah, thought so. Well, there's not really anything we can do now. We're just gonna have to... Whoa. Well, I was lucky. Yeah, we're gonna do a peel. Yeah, that should be good. And there's not really anything else to talk about relating to Vivian. I believe that's most of it. I will warn you though, please don't argue with me, whether she's a man or a boy in the comments, because there's no arguing about it. It's just, it's up for interpretation, and you can believe it however you want. So, no reason to get upset. And, yeah. Oh crap, I did not mean to appeal there. Now we're gonna have to waste another Quake Hammer when it might not hit. You know what, we're just gonna defend and, yeah. And you know, these fights are starting to get kind of boring. I'll cut back after we're done, so, I'll see you guys once all these Buzzy Beetles are killed. So, that's all the Buzzy Beetles. It didn't take as long as I thought it would, but now we get a badge here, which is Tornado Jump, which, I guess we can equip. Why not? Oops, wrong button. Yep, okay, here we go. Now, we need to unequip something. I like Power Plus P, and it's good to make Vivian stronger. We don't need Shrink Stomp or Happy Heart. So, there we can equip Tornado Jump. And, now we're gonna wanna equip... I wish I had the Piercing Hammer. That's what I usually buy before I go to this area. Power Smash is good enough. Okay. Now, this is where Vivian's power actually comes into play. So, we can push this kind of door window thing like we could the rock earlier. And we use Vivian's power, and then we can go under it. Now, obviously, there's no going back now. We have to continue forward this way. But we can actually get out of here. There's no need to worry. We get a Shine Sprite. Very nice. And we also have a save block, which I'm going to get just for the hell of it. Not really any reason to, but, you know, whatever. Gonna use our Paper Tube ability to go through this area here. I kind of like the Paper Tube ability, even though it's not useful a hell of a lot of the time. It does make you go a bit faster, and it's good for when we don't have lotion, and I completely forgot how to do the stomp for just a second. And now there's a star piece we can get here. It's right here. And now we can go into this next area here. You have to make sure you can see this. But it is there. You can tube into it. And now this area is very important indeed, because we're actually going to learn the identity of the ghost guy. So we get a steeple key. And in this box we get the letter P. I don't know how that makes sense in video game context, but yay for us. Also, we got Power Plus, a very awesome badge. And we got Mr. Softener. Now, you could just leave this area, but there is this bird here, and he has 3 things to say to us. Good morning, and pretty bird, and one last thing. Shine get. That's actually a reference to the Japanese version of Super Mario Sunshine, but if you recall, we can actually use Vivian's power to listen in on birds, and it goes for this bird as well. So now we know the name of our ghost guy, and the bird's trying to recover like nothing happened. But now we know his name is Dupless, and I do not need to censor myself anymore because the bird just said it, so no reason to hide what it is. Now, you don't need to talk to the bird to know this information. The first time I actually played the game, I didn't think to talk to the bird, so I cheated and found the answer online. That's the way you would get it naturally, and so I decided to show that off, because I think it's kind of a funny cutscene. And you probably recognize where we are now. We are in the main area of the creepy steeple, and let's try to avoid this boo here. So now that we have the letter P, and we know the name of Mr. Ghost Guy, Dupless, we are going to go back and confront him and tell him his real name. So I will see you guys when we are just about there. So, now that we have the missing letter to know his name, we can actually guess it correctly this time. D-O-O-P-L-I-S-S. And also the D needs to be capitalized. Keep that in mind so you don't mess that up. And yes. Okay, you can start zooming in on his face, and holy shit, that is creepy as fuck. Holy shit, he's really tripping. Well, Vivian, I know where he's going to hide. He went to hide back in his room. So we have to make one final trek to Creepy Steeple and go to Duplus's room. So I will meet you guys there once again. And now that we're back at the Creepy Steeple, we are going to recover our FP that we lost earlier using all those Quake hammers, because we really would I'd like to have as much FP as I can, because now that we know his name, he basically, Duplus loses all of his power that he had over us, and now we can actually fight him for real. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to enter into this door. It doesn't really matter if it's the right or left door. And I'm going to be avoiding the enemy encounters here just because we've already fought these enemies before and there's no reason to fight them again. And I believe it's all the way over to the right, I guess you would say, right? No, it's not. Okay, we just gotta hit the switch one more time. Because he's in the same spot that he was before. There's no extra stuff to do getting to him again, luckily. So that's kind of nice. And now that we've done that, we'll go through this door here, and we're going to finally make our way up to Duplus. And one thing to note is that Vivian is the only partner we have for this fight, so we actually cannot tattle on Duplus right now. But I'm not going to spoil anything, but we are going to have the ability to tattle on him. Actually, we already did tattle on him in the last fight. Oh, never mind. Oh, whatever. Okay, but we're going to save here, just in case. You never know what happens. I can be stupid sometimes. And we are going to make our way up the giant spiraling staircase. Oh, God, this is a really long staircase. I guess it's well hidden, though. It kind of reminds me of, like, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, who, like, hides up in the big bell tower. But anyway, let's go. Okay, you have to admit, this is pretty funny in a kind of disturbing way. Took you long enough to figure out? No, of course not, says Mario sarcastically. Yes, you should feel like an idiot. He's calling them ghoulies. He's calling them ghoulies and they don't realize something's wrong, and he's like panting? What the fuck? This is horrible. Okay, so we're going to be fighting Mario and all of our partners. And I'm going to be doing a bit of a challenge run. I'm actually going to be defeating all of our partners. Because I'm kind of sadistic like that. And because they're traitorous bastards, I figured they're worth this beating. Now, like I said before, their attacks for some reason are really fucking difficult to avoid. Like, even though Goombella is just like a regular Goomba, her head bonk is really fucking weird. But yeah, I can defend them sometimes. I've kind of gotten used to it. Like, seriously, that's really weird. So, now Vivian is our partner again, which is very nice because we could use the help. And we're still going to try to defeat all of our partners here. Because they do have some interesting text that they'll say after you defeat them, which is kind of worth seeing, I suppose. And we've just defeated Goombella. Yes, you have, Goombella. Good job. Oh, I can't believe I just dodged that. That's really hard to dodge. Oh, God. That kind of hurt a bit. Luckily, because Koops is a Koopa, we can actually just put him on his back, which makes him probably the easiest partner to deal with. And one thing I'm not sure about is if your partners are actually affected by if you level them up. I'm not sure if that actually will affect their moveset. I think it probably does. And I'm not sure if it affects their HP either. It's kind of one of those things that I've always wondered, but I'm not really sure about. But I guess we'll see. It doesn't really matter. I think Koops is almost dead now. Let's see if we can avoid Mario's attack. Or Dupless's attack, rather. I think we're going to have to heal up, because I really don't want to die. Oh, looks like we got Koops. I'm not sure if there's any special text that Mario will say. I mean, Dupless, can't get them confused. After you defeat him. Mr. Softener might be good later. Let's... Do I really want to use an Ultra Shroom? No, we're going to use Sweet Treat and recover a bit of our health and flower points. Just gotta be careful. I mainly... Oh, crud. Didn't want that to happen. I mainly want to recover Mario's HP, which is why I'm going to aim for those. Okay, there we go. Okay, so far not bad. Oh, let's get those. Okay, good. So we recovered his HP by 5, which is, it could have been better, but... now, since Mario is the only one out, we're just going to attack him. Because we do have to defeat Dupless anyway. Fighting the partners, like I said before, is completely optional. I just like doing it because I'm a sadistic motherfucker. And, that hurts a lot. And now that he's burned, actually, we're going to be doing a little bit of extra damage to him. Let's see. A little spin jump, Madame Flurry. It's kind of weird to be fighting your partners. I've always thought that was kind of a cool thing that they did for this game, was allowing you to kind of fight your partners. But obviously, none of these guys will be in our catalog, and even after we defeat... Excuse me. Even after we defeat this chapter, they're not going to be in Professor Frankly's trash bin. So we never do actually get the opportunity to have their catalogs, which would be kind of funny, actually, but nope. Let's use our Shade Fist now on Madame Flurry. And I'm sorry this is kind of extending the length of the video artificially, but I just like... I want to show all this special stuff off because I think it's kind of cool. And now we have our last partner left, Yoshi. Oh god, oh, this is gonna hurt bad. Okay. I'm glad he hit Vivian though, because I would like to keep my Mario's HP as high as possible. There. Wait, what's being thrown at me? I got a coin. Oh, that's nice. Not really useful, but nice. And why? There we go. We're doing some good damage. Oh, come on, Mario. Oh boy, we're in deep shit now. Oh god, no. This can end it. Please don't. Oh, thank god. Huh. Okay. First things first. We're gonna be healing Mario with Vivian using an Ultra Shroom. I know that's kind of a waste, but I don't really care. It's not like I really need them anyway. Ultra Shroom, Mario. There we go. And now Mario should be at full health, which will prevent him from dying, which we really would not like. Hopefully I'm not gonna have wasted that. We'll see how Yoshi attacks. Yeah, we would have died just there if I hadn't used Ultra Shroom, so yay for us. And oh god, all the crowd is asleep now. But it's not a big deal. I guess they've been bored with this overly long fight. And there we go, we got rid of Yoshi. And that's all of our partners. So now we can focus the brunt of our attack on Dupless, who looks like Mario right now. I don't know if he gets any special moves later, like once you've lowered his HP a bit. I can't remember, honestly. But what we're going to do is we're going to use Power Lift, actually. Power Lift is generally... it's useful for most boss battles, especially extended boss battles. But I don't know. Sometimes it's just better to attack with your current power than waste time using Lift Up. Alright. And that was pretty good. We got our attack raised by 3, which will allow us to easily defeat Dupless. We use Shade Fist now. And this should do like 6 damage now. Yeah, really, really good. And are we going to get our flower points replenished? No, we're not. Oh, God. Okay. Now he has 20 HP left. We're probably going to take care of him now, like, really easily. We're going to use Power Smash, which is probably the most powerful attack we can use right now. Oh, yeah, 9 HP. Wow, that's super fucking powerful. And Fog, of course, because Fog occurs inside. That totally makes sense. And now he has 5 HP left, so we have only one more attack, and he'll be dead, basically. Haha, you missed. 4 HP left. Come on, we can do this. If both Mario and Vivian... Okay, good. And that's it, finally.
Oh yeah.
And now Vivian really joined our party. And with that, we really get the Ruby Crystal Star this time. And now Mario learns Art Attack. And with that, I'm going to call it for this episode. So, I thank you all for watching. I'm Methodical Destruction, and in the next video, we're going to be looking at another cutscene with Princess Peach and the X-Nauts. Bye!